Stila. For those who are tuning in for the first time, I make YouTube videos about career strategies, travel and lifestyle. I basically take you along with me on my career journey and the people that I've met along the way and just do a few interviews. I have just recently concluded a beautiful series that I loved called the 32 Amplified. So please do check it out if you are new on these streets, and if you're returning subscribers, very grateful for coming back and just being my friend on these streets. So I do enjoy creating content on YouTube. It's really a great way for me to release my creative juices from my 9 to 5, you know. So yes, anyway, today I thought I would do a get ready with me, a chit chat. I'm not going anywhere. It's even night, you know, but I just wanted to do some videos. So I thought I'll show you how I get ready to create and take some pictures for Instagram and a few other things anyway. And I thought probably I'd also just talk about career branding as I do my face. And I know that many people are now hiring. We are starting, as we come to an end of the year, quite a number of positions are opening up in different companies, and all of us are looking to up our game and, you know, sort of improve our chances of being hired. So I just thought I would just probably talk you through my thoughts on that, and yeah, and show you how I get ready with some of the products that I also bought. So here we go. Anyway, so I will look in my viewfinder. I'll use my viewfinder as my mirror. Yeah, but anyway, so I start with priming my face. I use this Rose Glow Photo Ready Illuminating Primer. If you have watched my shopping haul, when I went on my birthday shopping haul, I did pick this up. So yeah, I just get a few and I just put so much. I just use a little, and I go. I'll also be looking down. I have a mirror down here, so if you see me looking down, just know that I am trying to use my mirror. Anyway, so I just thought we would chat a bit about, like, you know how we all, you know, I think all of you have heard guys talking about career branding and like how you can brand yourself at work. Like, are you a brand? Do you consider yourself a brand in your workplace? Or do you see yourself as just someone who goes to work to do your 9 to 5 and that's it? Like, you know, so I have been listening to, if you've watched my video at the beginning of this year, I talked about a course called Centonomy that is really well known and stuff like that. So I have been watching quite a number of videos that they have been putting out lately, and I think one of the videos that they put out was something to do about career branding, and it really spoke to me because I was in that space where I was thinking about, you know, issues of branding and stuff like that. So so I'll go in with today I want to use Smashbox foundation. I am the number 4.3. I don't know if you guys can see, and I like this because they say it's a 15-hour wear foundation. I usually would use if you've seen me use my Estee Lauder, but today I think I will just go in with my Smashbox. I just put a palm, like 2 palms. This is how I ordinarily wear my makeup every day sometimes. So yeah, so I was just saying that, you know, like sometimes when we do get employed, we don't consider our jobs as like business. Like, you know, like when someone is an entrepreneur, they consider themselves like their business is their baby. But most of us, like at least I, didn't think like that until I started thinking about the issues of branding. Like, you know, your job, just the skills that you bring to your job, like that's your capital, you know, in a way. So it's like, so when in that course I just talking to us about issues of branding. Do you consider yourself a brand? Do you know what kind of brand you want to build in your space? And you know, what are you known for at your workspace? Like, do people just know that you are that person who does the bare minimum and goes there with it, or do they know that you are that person who will go over and above what they have asked you to do, and like, you know, stuff like that? Or you'll be those people like, me, it's on my company, it's on my thing, it's my boss's thing, so I'm just here to do the bare minimum and get away with it, you know. So it was a very interesting conversation, and I thought to myself, how many times have I not looked at myself as a brand? Like, I don't treat myself as a brand sometimes, and yet actually why they hire you is because the things that you say you can do, or because of the brand that you have sold yourself to be. So I was like, that's really, really, really good. So very interesting. Those were very interesting conversations for me to tune in and listen. And it's like, oh wow, Priscilla, do you consider yourself a brand? What do you want to be known for? So I've been doing some thinking about around that. I'm going to just add a little bit. I have just finished my period, so my skin is I have a bit of pimples, and yeah, so it's not, I don't really feel like it's at its best today, but it's fine, it's never that serious. Anyway, so yeah, so I've just been thinking, like, what do I want to be known for? I want to be known to, and like my employer, to know that if they give me a task, they can sleep, like they can forget about it, because I will definitely execute it over and above. Like I want them to know that I'll meet their expectations and even go above that, you know. So it was very interesting, and I don't know what you guys think, but how do you also see yourselves as a brand? Like, do you think, or do you see yourself as I'm just employed? And you know, because if you just see yourself as just employed, and then it becomes difficult for you to grow in your career and for you to leverage that to a much better space. I also put some foundation on my neck, just so that my neck does not necessarily stand out as much. Guys, I've had this hair for almost 2.5 years now, coming to 3 years, and it's just, you know, as good as new. So I'm thinking of probably doing a video to show you how I take care of my wigs, because if you're a lazy naturalista like I am, your hair definitely keeps staying in wigs, like at least mine. I sometimes do have my hair out, but it's such a chore to have your hair out all the time. I love the wigs because I just wake up and throw it on, and I don't do that whole thing of gluing it down like how other people do. Like I've seen people on YouTube using that got to be glue, and I'm like, wow, you guys, that's awesome, but I just can't, because I don't have the energy for that. Like I don't have the strength and the patience for that. Anyway, so yeah, so this is how I would do my foundation. You can still see a bit of some hyperpigmentation, but I don't really, these days I moved away from, I used to love like a really, really, really heavy face, but I have since moved away from that. I think now I like my face a little bit light, but yeah, I can still see a bit of hyperpigmentation here, so I would add a bit more to cover that, but I don't think I'll do that. Anyway, then after that I will go in with my concealer. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't. I use the famous LA Girl Pro concealer, and for my under eye I use Toffee. So usually I do this if I'm like going out for like a dinner, a date or something. But anyway, I just thought I would just also do it today on camera and just show you how that happens. Anyway, so yeah, so those are some of the things that I've been thinking about. Another thing that I have been thinking about is the issues of like, in that, like many of us do, including myself, like we do love success, and we do love like to succeed and achieve all our dreams, but I think sometimes we do not consider, or we don't think about the price or the process. Like we are not willing to wait, you know, for the process and just go through the whole motions. So yeah, I know it looks crazy, but when you blend this concealer out, it looks bad. I don't usually do this often. I used to do this almost every day those days, but I have since moved away from this. So but today I'm doing it just to show you guys how I would do my makeup if I wanted like a heavier look, you know. But ordinarily this I wouldn't do, because I feel like sometimes it can be too intense. Yeah. So anyway, so yes, I was saying that sometimes we don't like the process, like, or we do not want to go through the process, and it also comes down to the issues of like social media pressure that I've seen people talking about. I think Mrs. Matovu, who's now on YouTube, I think she had a live, you know, where she was talking about social media pressure. I think she had hosted a few people, and I was like, wow, that's like a real thing, because the way people really were talking about it, you could see it's a thing like many people do go through, like the things that people have done for social media likes, and like after you've watched that so this social dilemma, like the whole Netflix movie about how the apps have been made to keep us on them and stuff like that. And you know, as someone who does enjoy social media, I must say I have seen this, and I can't necessarily really say that it's not true, because that's really a lie. But I think that we, in a way, we also took social media too seriously. I don't know when social media became that serious, because I think it used to be just fun. I can remember those days of high five when Yahoo had just started in high school, and I could meet people in chat rooms and stuff like that. And I think that was really just a precursor of WhatsApp, of what we have now, and like where you can talk to people across the different nations and different places. But anyway, yeah, so when I was thinking and reflecting, I think I may have put too much concealer. Do you guys see? Anyway, it looks crazy now, but it will eventually go. Like, I hope so. I haven't done this whole under eye process in a while. Oh wow, I forgot to bring my Laura Mercier. I was saying that, yeah, so after I have done this with my brush, I then go in with my Laura Mercier powder. I use Transluncent medium dip, just to sort of set my powder. It's not a lot, sorry, to set my concealer. So yeah, so I was saying that like this social media pressure is like a real thing, you know, and as someone who does enjoy social media, I am totally aware of it. And I think I've made a video about this, like how to stop comparing yourself to people on social media and things like that. If you haven't watched it, I'll probably put it somewhere up there or in the description box. Just do check it out and see, because I think it is none of us is immune, like truth be told, from social media pressure. But I think that there's stuff we can do to sort of curb and avoid that pressure. Oh my god, I think I may have put a little bit more powder. But anyway, so then I go in with my contour. I use the Black Up Contouring Kit, and I go in with the darker shade. Yeah, so I was saying that I think, like, you know, there's stuff we can all do to sort of minimize this whole pressure that people are facing and are feeling from social media and stuff like that. Because, like, truth be told, guys, the things that people are saying on that live are real. Like, people are saying they can't repeat clothes. Others were saying that they feel like their lives are passing them by, because probably they're seeing, you know, like friends posting all this travel, all these achievements. And I've done a video. If you've watched my last episode in the 32 Amplified with Alan, we talk about this. We just sort of tackle how, do you guys see that contour? Ooh, it feels nice. You know, so we sort of tackle how do you define success for yourself, you know, and not allow society to define success for you. Because I feel like many people feel like, oh, I'm running out of pressure, I'm running out of time, I'm under pressure to achieve this, because we have all allowed society to define for us what success should look like. And you know, in my video on how to stop comparing yourself, I talk about that, because I think for me, that's some of the things that have helped me to know that success looks different for everyone. And also there's a process to success, guys. Like, you know, I think that oftentimes we do not talk about the process a lot. So I'll go in with my MAC pressed powder. I either sometimes usually use my Black Opal Dark. So maybe I should use this and see how this looks. I don't use it in a long time. I like it's very messy, like it just pours everywhere. That's why I don't like it. But anyway, I guess I'll use that today. So yes, I was saying that there is a process to like success and hard work. There's a process, like, you know, sometimes we want to arrive like quick. So like you see people like maybe on the internet, or people who are posting their houses, and like we all want those things, but we don't know that there's a process to those things. Like that they didn't achieve those things like every day. Or for example, for those of you who are, let's say, on Instagram, or you see people are traveling first class, business class, traveling to all these fancy places. But one, you don't know how they got there. But also two, some of those things are not free. Like some people are being paid for by their companies. Like I know my company pays for me to travel. There's also, you know, like for work. So sometimes if someone maybe may see me and I'm here and then like, oh, she over travels, but because for, you know, people are traveling for work. But sometimes when you're posting on Instagram, you will not say, oh, traveling for work. You'll just, you know, you'll post a nice picture of yourself in a coffee shop or stuff like that. But it will not be that you've posted a picture of yourself and you've put, oh, traveled for work. No one does that anymore. So like I think there is that pressure. And also I think when you're posting, like for us who love to post, like I'm very alert to the fact that sometimes you may be triggering people, but also I don't know, like there has to be like a balance to how we use these apps. For me, social media really is not that serious. Like I really do enjoy it. Like it's a creative space. I love Pinterest. I have my vision board on Pinterest. Like, you know, I love Instagram because it just shows me places that I can visit and I've never been to. I love YouTube because before I travel, or like if I want to shop or do something, I always watch like a review, like of a bag I want to buy and stuff like that. So it's so much fun. Anyway, then after this, after I have done, you know, sort of just try to blend out everything, I go in with my prime, with my Bobbi Brown setting spray. I like this setting spray. Usually I have to the MAC, this and this, but I like this because it's lighter on the face. I feel like it really gives me, you know, a nice finish. I don't mind the MAC, but I like this because I feel like it gives me a more dewy finish. Anyway, so then after this, after I've sprayed myself, I've sprayed my face, I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay Naked palette. Oh, it's so difficult to open like that. I need to show you guys. Yeah, so this is how it looks like. I love the colors because they're very, very earthy and very like pinkish and stuff, and that's really what I'm into now. I used, you know, like I used to be obsessed with, what do they call it, with like colored eyeshadow, yellow, blue, green, you know, and I've seen people do it. Like this a lady on Instagram, she's a Ugandan, she's called Tracy. She does really nice eyeshadow, like stuff like that, and I do like it on other people, but I personally can't, just simply because of my lifestyle and my work. I really can't show up with like blue eyeshadow, and because of that, it has now become so part of me. So I find myself wearing very earthy, light shadows, but I do like the look. You know, it's amazing that if you had told me this a few years ago, that I would outgrow heavy or colored makeup or big eyebrows, I would never have believed you. And you know, it's amazing how much we do evolve. Like we have, like, I don't know about you guys, but I look at my pictures and my style, and I feel like I used to be a tomboy. You cannot believe it. And now I'm so I love dresses. I love very soft fabric. I would consider myself, I love my style elegant. Like, you know, I hate open shoes like sandals. I don't find them smart, and yet I used to like wearing slippers to class. Like, it's amazing how much we do change. So anyway, I've moved off from that topic. Yeah, so back to the topic. I feel like I'm rambling and this video is all over the place, but anyway, yes, I was talking about the social media pressure. Yeah, like I honestly feel like there's like, it's just like a baby, you know, like a baby is born, they take their time to walk, they crawl. That's how life is. Like, you know, you move one step to another, but sometimes we really, really, like, I know, like for me, is the times when I feel anxious is because I sort of want to short circuit the process and just like go quickly, and then I'm like, Priscilla, calm down, it's a matter of time, these things will come, you'll get where you want to get, so just keep putting in the work and just be grateful for where you are, you know. So every day it's just, I really try to practice an attitude of gratitude and tell like, God, thank you so much for how far you've brought me. Thank you so much for how much you blessed me. And even when I look at my vision board and the things I want to do, some of them I haven't been able to do this year, I'm super grateful because I don't take that for granted. Like, stuff has happened and I'm super happy. So I also go in on my waterline and just sort of do the similar eyeshadow that I've done up, to sort of just give the eye a cohesive look, you know, to look similar and stuff like that. Yeah, so do let me know, guys, how do you deal with social media pressure? The pressure to date, pressure to be married in a relationship, pressure to travel, pressure to own, you know, a house by this age, to have a car. I know in Uganda, the pressure to own a car. Like, I really hate driving, so for me, a car really was not my thing. But I know there's such pressure to own a car at a certain age. I really feel in a corporate job and you don't have a car, like, you know, so your employer can even sometimes force you to take a loan. I know some law firms where they've done that to people, like take a loan to own a car, and I'm like, what if it's not my priority? But like, how do you guys cope? Like, how do you deal with that? It sometimes can be overwhelming. Anyway, so then I go in with my eyeliner. I use the NYX eyeliner, and eyeliner usually plays me. It's so difficult for me to do eyeliner while talking, so I will keep quiet for a brief moment. Oh, that went well. I don't know about you guys, but I do love like a nice eyeliner. Ooh, this also went well. I feel like when you do line your eyes, it gives it makes the eyes pop. Yeah, then I go in with my mascara. I use the BadGal Benefit mascara, and you know, there's that meme where the girl is opening her mouth and putting on mascara. It's so true, like that. That is so me. But because I'm on camera, I'm going to try not to open my mouth out up, so not to open my mouth so wide, because it will just look weird and I can't edit it out. Anyway, yeah, so I was saying that I always remind myself about the process whenever I catch myself comparing myself to anyone on social media. But I also know that if, for example, you're looking at influencers or like these famous, okay, there goes the opening of the mouth. Sorry, guys. Yeah, done. Yeah, I was saying that also if you're looking at these famous like Instagram people or YouTube content creators or stuff like that, most of these things are paid for. Like, that brands do give them these things for free. So some, not all, but some, you know, so you don't, I mean, for me, I'm always quick to remember, so like, look, you may want this bag, like, I'm into bags, I love bags. There's bags that are on my wish list, and I know I probably will never ever afford them. Like, I see these bags trending, the Bottega Veneta, like, you know. So then I go in with my highlighter. I've had this highlighter for so long, it's even very old. It's a Rimmel. I think I've had it for a year now. Does foundation, does makeup like expire? I just really highlight briefly, like what briefly. I highlight lightly, guys. On Zoom, I highlight lightly, not so much, but I like to highlight. I like a well highlighted face. I go in and set my lips. Quite a bit. Anyway, yeah, so that's, for me, that's how I deal with social media pressure. And also my Instagram, I only follow people who really do inspire me. Like, I follow people who are into career strategies and career branding. I follow people who are into travel, but not a certain kind of travel. You know, not just, there's that travel that can make you feel banana. What are we doing with our lives? You know, not that kind of travel. But like, if I want to, but I also like content creators who are black like me, like, so I can sort of relate to them. So I'm going to go again and spritz my face, because I like to make sure I have a dewy finish. So now I'm going in with the lips, and I use a lip combo to get a nude lip. I use my Maybelline Super Stay in number 85, and then I use the Stila Stila lip gloss, something like, or the liquid lipstick, and then I go in with my MAC lip gloss. So let's do that. I like this because it gives me a perfect nude. That's not too light. That's not too dark. Then after that I go in with a Stila lip. I like a nude lip, it just looks so nice. Especially for office, it gives you that look as if you're not wearing any lipstick. Then I will go in with my MAC lip gloss to just finish it off. And guys, this is basically how. Also, I didn't talk about my I didn't talk about my eyebrows. I always forget. So guys, my eyebrows are microbladed, and that's why I didn't do them. You didn't see me do them. And I did, if you're in Kampala, I did my eyebrows from a lady called Shari Rishi in Kisementi. I will put her name on her Instagram handle just in this video. Please do check her out. I don't really do anything to my eyebrows. I just comb them out and make sure that they sort of look that they are combed, you know. I love microbladed eyebrows because it's easy for me to do. I don't have the time to do eyebrows as I used to, so this does really make my life easy. And sometimes I can just maybe put a little bit of product on my brush and just go in to do it, but I don't do much with my eyebrows. So yeah, if I did, I would use the Benefit Brow Benefit pomade, but I don't really do much. So this is how my eyebrows look like. And honestly, if you're like me and you have always had struggle eyebrows, I would recommend that you check out microblading. So guys, this is how I would do my makeup if I was going to, let's say, out for dinner, out for drinks with my friends, or okay, if I'm going to office, of course I didn't do this much highlight, but yeah, this is basically how I would do my makeup. So thank you so much for watching. So thank you so much, and do subscribe if you want to subscribe. Thank you.